Hello everyone from Tony Descargos here with the legend Philip Rosedale.
Hey, nice to be here.
So I'm here at the Second Life venue, which is pretty exciting for me because I've never been here. And I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes with you to ask a few questions because people now, for instance, don't even tell the word metaverse anymore. It's become like a word people are scary to tell about.
Yeah.
So what's your view on this? Is it social VR over? We don't connect
Yeah.
anymore, or is it just it was a phase? I mean, how do you see it?
Well, as we all know, right, it's not over. There's still millions of people using virtual worlds and using VR headsets every day, in worlds like Second Life and VR chat and other ones. But it never got bigger, right? It much like Second Life, it hasn't gotten yet to the mainstream, right? And I think that it will. I think that right now it's a good experience, but only for a few million people or maybe a million people. And I think that there are things, we were talking about them already today,
Yeah.
there are things that are going to happen that'll make virtual worlds accessible to a lot more people. But like we were also talking about, the current VR headsets just, they don't make it work. They're not good enough yet. It doesn't feel real.
Yeah, we need them to be more comfortable, to have more resolution, more everything, etc. But this is not something we creators are in control. And as a creator myself, and knowing that many creators have seen this, you have created lots of interesting products. I mean, some were legendary as well. What can we, standard people in a way, not Meta, Google, these people with billions, what you can do to improve the space in your opinion? How can we create something new?
Well, I do think that the places that have done the best have been the ones that have been the most creative and the most unusual in terms of letting people play with new ideas, with very different ideas. Second Life made it because it was that way. It was very odd. It was like there were all kinds of experiments, and there still are, where people are doing art and doing events and things in a very unusual, creative way. So I think enabling a lot of creativity makes these worlds work. Using them for business meetings or for, even for school. I mean, I think school is a great idea, but still it's very difficult to get people comfortable. And I think mainstream things like business meetings or rock concerts, it's just not ready yet. So I think the way we can make it work right now is to keep promoting and keep supporting the unusual ways that people use virtual worlds and virtual reality headsets, to create new experiences. If we keep kind of funding and investing our time in those things, we'll see a lot of interesting things happen. I mean, right now, right, with the world getting scarier and scarier every day,
Yeah.
and more, I mean, maybe some people would argue with this, but I think also the world is becoming too simple. It's becoming too homogenous, like the opinions and everything are becoming too polarized and then oversimplified. I think that virtual worlds have a role to play because in virtual worlds, we still have a much more diverse range of experiences and range of ideas. So I think that like places like Second Life and virtual worlds like, VR chat, there is an opportunity for them to be a safe, open place, for a lot of people who really need them right now. And so I don't know, like I'm working at Second Life. I love the fact that we have a few 100,000 people who are able to live a life in there in a really good way, away from the rest of the world. And right now, being away from the world, there's something to be said for that, unfortunately.
That's so true. So we talk a lot about virtual worlds, but there is one question that I have literally in my heart, and is about mixed reality. I've been also a promoter of camera access, etc. How do you see, in a way, socializing in mixed reality or something like that? Do you have an idea?
Well, the first thing is we can't cover your eyes, right?
Yeah.
So the problem with mixed reality, right, is that we can't cover your eyes. If you cover somebody's eyes, you're playing poker, right? I mean, it's very uncomfortable, scary, right? It's kind of scary. So I think one thing is we have to get to equipment that doesn't cover your eyes. And I know, of course, there's some progress, right? Like We're starting to get some headsets. I mean, I know you've been seeing all this stuff this week, right?
Yeah.
We're trying. There are some devices out there, but that's the one thing. And then the other thing is, I would say, this is my idea.
Mm-hmm.
We need a social contract for mixed reality. In other words, if you and I are wearing mixed reality devices and we meet at AWE conference, right?
It's a bit strange, first of all.
Yeah. But if we imagine a device that's much cooler and easier to wear and everything, there has to be an agreement between us about what we want to share with each other. You know, like, do I want to tell you things about myself that you can kind of see floating above my head? What are you willing to let me see about you? So I think one of the challenges is it's like exchanging contacts. Like we need a handshake. We need a rule for what we can share with each other. And I think some of the mixed reality developers, they're forgetting about this, that these are very important privacy issues. Like, for example, to do mixed reality in an office like mine right now, where we are inside a building, the devices are going to have to look at my office right now and look that up in a database to figure out what room we're in together, right?
Yes.
This is a privacy violation that is very serious, right? And of course, as you know, the GPS will not tell us because right now we're in a wood and brick building. So that means the GPS does not know where we are, not closer than, a block, like a big distance, 50 meters. So to make the location precise enough to do really cool things with mixed reality, we have to have an agreement. I have to be able to let you into my virtual office. You know what I mean? So I think that agreement around privacy is very important. But once it gets figured out and there's a good balance, then we can build applications around that. But right now, nobody is really thinking, I think, about that balance yet.
I have a last question because the time is very tight. We talked about it before, but I want also to talk it in front of the camera. You spent your life connecting people in a way. What do you think about this new trend about connecting people with AI friends?
Yeah, I think we have to be very careful. My work has been connecting people. My work has been, and what I wanted to do since I was a kid was have friends in virtual worlds. I wanted to meet more people and meet people from all over the world, and I was able to with Second Life.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think replacing people with AI is a very dangerous idea. We're not ready for that yet. I think that AIs might be able to help people be better friends with each other. But although this is possible, I don't think it's business likely. I think it's more likely that businesses will try to make AI girlfriends and boyfriends that take you away from real girlfriends and boyfriends.
Yeah.
And I think that is very dangerous. And we actually have to, I think it's one of the most important things that as a society, we have to just make some decisions about, not business decisions. We have to make ethical decisions about not taking our time away from each other and going and spending our time with AI.
So I just want to close this question with this interview with one really last question, which is more like an invite. I see you really as it's an innovation power. Can you say something to inspire people watching this video, maybe to create something new?
Well, I say this a lot, but I think that improvements, maybe using AI to the avatar and to facial expressions, can create some amazing new virtual world experiences. I think right now we're all a little afraid of avatars because we can't see how they move well enough. Exactly, just like that, right? We can't see, Tony, the avatar does not look right, to me. I think that if you're an innovator right now thinking about virtual worlds, you should be thinking about that. I was telling you, I'm very excited about the idea of using AI to create an avatar that looks 10 times more like you than even the Vision Pro, persona. And I think that's possible. So that's inspiring. And I think and once we do get those things done, we will be able to have positive, helpful virtual worlds that bring us together. We're just not quite there yet. But I think AI is going to help on the technology side get us those solutions.
Wow, I'm fascinated. So thanks everyone for watching this video, especially thanks Philip for spending some time with me. And I wish you some good day in which you can do innovative things. Bye-bye.
Take care. It's great.